the center of Izmir, where the ancient city of Smyrna is. In the first century, Smyrna was a thriving port city of the Roman Empire. And during the first century, a group of believers met here. And Jesus addresses this church in a personal letter in the book of Revelation he gave to John. So these are the ruins of Smyrna in the middle of Izmir. Smyrna was known as the finest seaport in the world. If we go straight west from here, we're going to run straight into the city of Athens. Smyrna's history is filled with the theme of death and resurrection because it was once destroyed and then rebuilt by Alexander the Great. So Jesus is really picking up on that theme of death and resurrection here.
To really hit this point home, do you know what Smyrna's major export was? I'll give you a hint. It's in the name. Smyrna. Smyrna. Gold, frankincense, and what's that third thing? Myrrh.
So myrrh was their major export here. And it is believed that probably the myrrh they used to anoint Jesus' body when it was laid in the tomb came from Smyrna. Underneath is these caverns of this ancient city. And being down here, you really think about that second weight that Jesus mentions, the slander that these early Christians faced. The Jews in the city wanted to distance themselves a lot from these early Christians. So they started to see really negative things about them, that because they drank wine and the bread was the body and blood of Jesus Christ, they were accused of being cannibals and being drunk. And so this was really tough slander for those early Christians. Jesus says to the church, "I am the one who has died and risen again." He then says, "I know what you have been going through." This is the first century, and it is not an easy time to be a Christian at that time. Being a Christian in Smyrna during the Roman Empire meant that you probably were going to lose your job and rejected by most of society. This is the poverty that Jesus is saying and teaching about. But he's saying, you are rich. In parentheses, he says, you are rich. They are rich in their poverty. They are rich because they know God. All they had was Jesus, and that made them truly rich. Jesus encouraged them to be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. Now the crown was a symbol of the city of Smyrna. It was on their coins, and it was what they got if they won the games, but being a Christian meant you never won anything. You didn't get crowns. But as Paul said, to live is Christ, and to die, that would be gain. So overcome, and great is your reward.